Okay, we are starting a new page. This is page 8, and it's mixed numbers and improper fractions. You're probably going to have to abbreviate to be able to fit that in. So I'm past page 7, I'm on page 8 now. And over here, we are going to title, we're going to write more than 1. So when we have more than 1 of something, we have 2 ways to represent it. So let's say that I have graham crackers and I have 5 halves of a graham cracker. I ate one of the halves. Okay, 2 ways to write that. One way is to say I have 2 wholes and I have 1 half. Another way is to say I have 5 halves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 halves. They're both correct. They just have different names for what it is. So this right here is considered an improper fraction. And it's called an improper fraction because the top is too big, or we say it's top heavy. So normally in fractions, the denominator is supposed to be bigger than the numerator, but in an improper fraction, that's backwards. The other way we have to write it is called a mixed number. And it's called a mixed number because it's a mix. It's a mix of whole numbers and parts of numbers. So the 2 would be 2 wholes and the half would be the part. Anytime we have more than a whole, we're going to be using one of these 2 things. These are our only 2 options. But sometimes it helps to be able to go back and forth. So let's say you don't have a handy dandy picture to look at. You just have, you're given the mixed number of 3 2/3. Well, there's 3 pieces in a whole, and I have 3 wholes. So first I do the denominator times the whole. 3 wholes would have 9 pieces. In this case, 9/3, because our pieces are thirds. Okay, then I have to add the 2 pieces right here. So if I have 9/3 and then I add 2/3, I have 11/3. And the way to write 11/3 as an improper fraction is 11/3, 11/3. So I do the denominator times the whole number, and then I add the other parts here. Let's say I have the opposite. I start with an improper fraction. So if I have 17/4, and I want to know how many wholes I would have, I say, okay, there's 4 pieces in a whole, and I have 17/4. So I have 17/4. I'm going to divide it by the denominator. Divide it by 4 equals 4 wholes, and I have 1 remainder. Whoops, that's in front of my face. So 17/4, and then I get rid of 16/4, which is how much it takes to make 4 wholes, and I have 1/4 left over. So the way to write this, 17/4 as a mixed number is 4 wholes and 1/4. And that's how we go back and forth between mixed numbers and improper fractions.